Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back along to another episode of Grass and Grain. My name is Jack O'Brien, as usual, and we're taking a lovely little jaunt today over to see some of the hay ground that we've recently been working on. Some ground that we are renting for this summer, really, off a local family farm who, unfortunately, due to some health reasons, aren't quite able to do any of the farming themselves. So we're going to take on some of the land and do some mowing of our own on there. We're going to get a little bit of extra haylage crop off there, which is great news for us. I like to think it's good news for the family in question, because at least they get a little bit of money for the land, and it allows us to, get some work going here as well, which is good. So what we're doing is we're going to go and head up there. I've got Daisy up there at the moment. She's in our 69 with the tether on the back. Oh, we go, and she's making a start there, so we're gonna have a quick look in, see what's going on, and then yeah, we're going back to the yard. Actually, we're gonna get the combine going today. This will be the first time it's gonna start up in quite a while, I would imagine. So we'll give it a bit of a cold start. We'll bring it out, and then we're gonna have a look at it as well, bring it into the yard, and maybe get it serviced over for the first time. So we're just gonna head down here. Look at the view. I love the view of the port around here. It's really nice. So there's actually quite a bit of grass in here now, and if we're being honest, they've got it's not doing too badly at all. Let's get out here, see how she's doing. Beautiful little corner of the world this is. Lovely view over the coastline there. It's looking very nice, actually. A few fishing boats going out to sea by the looks of things. Not the biggest field in the world, though. I think it's about 23, 24 acres all in, but plenty for us to keep cracking on with. We're going to make this into big square bales, and we'll get these stacked up in our yard. It'll be nice to get this all done. But yeah, I think you'll agree, it just looks stunningly beautiful around here today. Absolutely delightful. And we're hoping that we're going to get a fair-sized crop off here. As Daisy comes rumbling past in the 69. Looking fantastic. As you can see, as we walk across here, it is quite a thick crop. We left a little bit around this house because there's massive boulders in there. I didn't want to ruin my mowers on them by any stretch. So it's we're going to be up here soon. Look at the fantastic construction. This building is very old, but it still looks fantastic. Yeah, so we're rumbling on here quite nicely, and it shouldn't take us too long. It's beautiful drying weather as well. This has been mowed down for a couple of days now, and I fancy we'll leave it down for a couple more once we get it thrown out here. I don't think we'll have to turn it out again, to be honest. It does look rather good. So we'll leave this, hopefully the sun is behind one of these clouds here somewhere, so we'll leave it to come out. All being well, it will, there's a nice warm breeze as well, so it's going to bake everything over quite nicely. And then we can come and look into getting this all lifted very shortly. And it's going to be, I don't know, it's not the longest haul back in the world that I've ever been on, so we should manage it without any issues. But yeah, it's just nice to get like extra few little bales. Now, initially we are just taking on this field, but they do seem to have a few other areas of land, little pockets of land here and there that they may well want farming, actually. So we might look into it. This grass had to be kind of cut soon, otherwise it was about to start dying on the stalk. So that's why we've taken this lot on, and we'll see what we can do about getting some more maybe down the line there. But for now, it does look like Daisy's making some fine progress. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll let her keep cracking away here, and then we'll likely go back and just, like I say, we need to go and look at the combine. So I'm just gonna have a quick chat with her when she comes back around, and then we'll come back to you in just a short while. But actually, as you can see here, we have got the a relatively new set of a crew and tether on the back. This is new to us. Doesn't have too many hours on when we took hold of it, actually, which is always good. But yeah, we're making some great progress with it, and it's a nice and wide. I think it's about just under 9 meters wide, I think it is. So yeah, it's a really nice looking piece of kit, and it's no danger, no hassle for the 69 either. It pulls it along without it really knowing it's there, which is great, which is exactly what we need. So yeah, I'm gonna have a quick chat with Daisy. We'll come back to you, and then we'll get ourselves back over to the combine. Okay then, so she's making some fine progress there, getting through this all very quickly indeed. I wonder if this is one of their fields. We might come and see about that one as well, actually. It kind of makes sense. But for now, we're going to just rumble on back home. We're going to get the combine out, as I mentioned there. Now, the header trailer is all tucked up in the new shed. The combine we're going to get out into the yard because we're going to give it a good wash down at some stage. And we need to just service it all over. Usually what I usually do actually is at the end of the season, we will blow it down, take all the dust and the muck and grime off it, but we won't wash it because I don't want the water sitting in the bearings over winter. So what we'll do is here, we'll get it out, we'll wash it off, and then we'll grease it up again, make sure everything's looking good, all the belts looking nice and tight, and stretch it all over the winter. There's a few little maintenance jobs I want to do in it before we go out to harvest this year, just a few kind of wear and tear based issues really, things that just didn't get time to look at last year really. I think it's probably fair to say, but yeah, we'll cut down here. This is paddock as well. I might speak to the local parish council about this little block of land there. I really want to try and acquire as much grassland as I can. We really need more, so we're on the lookout to see what we can get. We never know, we might try and find a little bit more. It's certainly something we'll look at. It's nice and quiet around here. Very rarely see anyone in that garden centre, that's for sure. Been thinking about our yard. We have, as you all know there, we have our new shed, which is fantastic. It's great for storage. What I think I'm going to build, what we want to really build next really to get ourselves going, is a full, get out of the way, the hens. We need to build a full operational workshop really. We don't have one of those at all. We've got a few bits of equipment around here still, so we can't really use this area very well. Although, to be honest, it might not be a bad idea. There's a good concrete hard stand here, and we do have a water access as well. So that might not be the worst place in the world to put it. However, some of these buildings here are listed buildings, so we wouldn't be able to touch those. That's always something you got to bear in mind. So yeah, we have to think about where we can put it. No, there's an awful lot of scrap that we need to get the scrap man in here sooner rather than later to take away. That's another job for us. Always finding new jobs around here, it never ends. And we keep walking the long way around as well. We're getting everything sorted out. The only thing which is stuck out to the side here still is the forager that's still in a state of disrepair. So we need to figure out what's going on with that one. We'll get there though, we'll figure that one out. And then, what's back in the shed here? As you can see, the shed's looking nice and full now. With the exception of a few little bits and pieces, the bale wrapper needs to come into here, but we've got a few things out and about, which is good news. But yeah, for now, what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick, we're going to fire up the combine and bring it around the corner. We'll bring it through the yard rather than around the field. Get that opened up nicely. So with everything we've done now, it's all got plenty of space to stack straw into here when we start combining this season, which would be great. And we can get on, hopefully get on that with that sooner rather than later, because we do need to. Now what we're probably going to do at this stage, we'll fire up the combine, let it kind of just tick over. I'll go get a tractor. We need to move the sprayer so I can actually have a hope of getting this thing out of here. And then we'll have to, yeah, we'll get the combine moving. So let's just get that fired up. Hasn't been started since, I think it started once over the winter. Hasn't been started since though. So it might not go at all. Let's see if it's going to give me any life here. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Oh, does it ever start up? There we go. Excellent stuff. So we'll leave this right here. We're not going to move it for now. We're just going to let it tick over. That'll blow out any of the mice that were hiding in here, that's for sure. So we'll leave that there. We're just going to jump down. Oh, I do smell of smoke in here. I love the smell of a cold start engine. And we'll go and get the combine, we're going to get a tractor, move that sprayer out of the way, and then we can get the combine moving. So join me in a second and we'll see what we can, we'll unleash the beast, I think. Okay, so we're just going to sling this into here for now, keep it under the shelter. We'll get it stuck back in once we've got the combine out of the way. But yeah, for now we're just going to stick our arms over here, I think. There we go. Perfect. So the combine has been ticking over for a few minutes there. Now when we got this in here, it's kind of like a bit of a parallel park job, to be honest. So we need to do the same thing again. Likely go back and then kind of point the front end into the corner. That's usually what we do. It does help if you have someone here to kind of watch what's happening, but we don't. Let's go forward again. We don't want to go too far. Looks like we're good on both sides though for now. So this combine is starting to show its age a little bit. It is quite old now. I think this was a 90... Well, I'm not 100% sure. I think this was a 96 or a 98 reg, to be honest. And it's done some seasons with me alone. I think we've had it for about four or five now. It was an expensive thing to pick up there because these Lexions really do hold their value, actually. They are a phenomenal machine. Let me get around there. Okay, we're looking good that way. Let's just stop there, straighten ourselves up a touch if we can. Okay, perfect stuff. And out we come. Yeah, I don't know why that van's still here. That was a family member who brought that here, saying they needed someone to leave it for a couple of days before they got rid of it, and that was about I think that was about 2.5 years ago, so that needs to get rid of. Okay, so we'll just let it slowly trundle its way over. We're in no rush here, we're just letting it kind of ease itself through, to be honest. And then we'll see, we'll park it in the new yard around the corner there, just somewhere we can get all the way around it. And yeah, we'll be able to get this looked over here. It's pretty good for diesel. Ideally, if we had enough contract work, we'd upgrade this. We'd go to like a 580 or something. We just don't have enough work for that at the moment. My acreage alone is not the biggest. I think I only have about 200 of my own at the moment, and then contract work we have around about another 250. So we could really ideally we want more acreage just to keep this going, really. But we don't have that, so we can't really complain. So we just got to keep going. We got a little bit. There are a few more bits and pieces around here coming in, a little bit of jobs here and there, but predominantly around this area there's more grass than anything, as you can see. So we'll have to see what we can do about that. What I think we'll do though, we're just going to park this around the corner here. Out of the way. We've got the trailer on, so when we've been cutting a few bales for various customers. And now we're going to be doing some more as soon as ours is ready to go as well there, so we'll have to see if anything else comes through. But yeah, one thing we'll do now, let's just get our auger to come out. Yeah, there we go. You can just see it. We're going to let this tick over for a little bit longer. Let's just jump out. Perfect. We'll let this to run over for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it as well. Like I said, it needs a bit of a wash down. We're gonna and a bit of a service up with the grease of the chains and grease of the pulleys as well and things like that. And check the bearings on it, but it seems to be going okay for now at least. So yeah, that is going to be going great guns sooner rather than later. We've just got a little bit of work to get done before then. But yeah, we're going to leave it to run over for a little bit longer, and then we'll come back to you when we're ready to move on. Well then, folks, we're going to knock the combine off now. It's been running for a steady half an hour, really, just ticking over. We did turn it off briefly, checked over all the pulleys inside, made sure everything was looking good, which it is, so that's fantastic news. We've moved the chopper around, we've had it all engaged there as well. You can see that the grain tank extension opens out as it should do, so everything's looking good. So for now we just need to jump back on in, and we're going to just kind of fold everything up really. So you can see there is our grain tank, we'll just fold that down. And then we're going to knock this off. What we are going to do is go out in the fence actually, and we're going to go and look into picking up a new rake that we're demonstrating, because our rake is just behind the tanks that you can't quite see. It's a little bit small right now. It's about 3 meters, and it could do with something being a little bit wider. So the local dealers here are going to give me a demonstration for a day, which is going to be fantastic. So I thought we're going to pick that one up and then get it onto the back of the Fendt, because yeah, we're going to be needing that again soon. So we might as well go and pick up the Fendt to see how it looks and how it works. So we're going to go and do that now, and it should be very interesting to see how it all performs actually. So we'll just shut that down like that. And now we get. But what I will do is I'll just shut everything up in. This Land Rover is kind of like the kind of temporary workshop really at the moment, so we'll just leave that for there for now. Combine will be fine. I'm going to just hurdle the wall. Oh, the amount of exercise I get doing that. And there we go. I do love the rumble of this Fendt, I must admit, it's fantastic. It really, really is. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we need to move that mower inside soon as well, so we'll look at doing that. And the rake there, it's good, it's in good condition, it's just not the biggest, so we're going to go and get a rake. We're going to have a look at that and see what we can do moving forward. But for now though, I think we'll just go and stick that in the back of the Fendt, and then I'll show you that in the next episode, I think. Keep a bit of a surprise for them. Here we go. Excuse me, hens. Okay, and we will just ping away and get this done. So at this stage we'll leave this here. Thank you ever so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you have, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who very kindly offers to host this channel, or host my vlogs here for Grass and Grain. And we will see you in the next episode. So until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, but most importantly, happy farming.